So I found it, guys. It's been a walk, it's been a challenge, but we found the Fountain of Youth. Not sure where we go in. I'm gonna follow the tram. Oh, there's the old jail as well. Yes, I'm gonna be youthful. I'm gonna drink all of it. There's so much in here. It's like a museum. Trolley tours, tea exchanges. This is so old-timey and I love it. It's the Cracker Horse. They call it Cracker Horse because of their names, because of the sound made by their cow whip cracking the air. I found what I've always been looking for. That's it, I found it. Wood stoves, sold here. We're heading into Gator Booze. Gift shops, has ice creams.
Gator Boobs?
I call it Greater Booze, it's Greater Bobs. These glasses are not the best for touring anywhere. Don't buy Disney glasses, they make everything look good. So we're just inside the gift shop and we got some milkshakes, we got sherbet and blueberry cobbler. Blackberry cobbler, they're amazing. $1 popcorn. The History Museum. So we just came out of the gift shop and we're in like a old-timey, like, I don't know what you would call them, old-timey arcade games. The Throne of Love. Okay, let's do it.
I'll agree with that one.
Definitely recommend using the toilet here. They give you history lessons and my history lessons on grit, so that was perfect. I wonder what Sam's history lesson will be.
You go to jail.
Just walking around the old jail. There's a cage for you to go in, Sam. This is where he belongs. If I had some tomatoes, I'd throw them at him. I really would. In fact, I think this one you need to go in. I think they should put you in this one. Your feet through there and your hands through there. Because you had too much freedom in the other one. I can't let me someone to take a picture of us. There is some gallows that would have been used. Ooh.
Just hanging out under the gallows?
So we're now walking to the Fountain of Youth. Apparently it's down here, but this...
Down here, there's a big sign.
Oh yeah, there is a big sign. I was just thinking, it seems like a really random location. Because it's just loads of... It's like a housing estate. So I found the Fountain of Youth. I've just run across the road. Enter. I don't know if this is actually the Fountain of Youth. Parking is free. For patrons only. Or we're parked miles away, mate. At the Fountain of Youth. This looks like the guy who maybe founded it. It's
There's like peacocks that were jumping around.
Ah. We can hear some birds, it must be the peacocks.
I saw them, I thought they were geese or something.
Oh.
They must be peacocks.
This is what's in there. It's not actually a Fountain of Youth, sadly. Boo-hoo. But it's
the Fountain of Youth Park.
But it's where America's first ever colony. We need to find out what time it shuts, because it's 4:10 now, and we believe it may shut at 5.
Well, the cannon stopped firing at 5.
The cannon stopped firing at 5, so we don't want to go in and just spend $18 each. So we're in the Fountain of Youth. There's some peacocks in here. We're in the America's first colony. Just a reminder, it's not actually the Fountain of Youth like I thought it was. I was going to come home looking very youthful. So many peacocks. If you hear me screaming and running, it's because I've got a massive phobia of birds. So, yeah, if they come near me, that's it. I mean, I'm gone. So going in. So we're in the spring house.
I just like feeling that you can drink some of that water.
This is the actual fountain of youth spring.
Standing 50 feet down into the Floridan aquifer itself. Now this is still the same source of water that these Indians lived off of, the Tomoka Indians, for at least 4,000 years before Pontiac landed here in 1513. The biggest aquifer in the country is called the Floridan aquifer, and it runs from the Florida Keys up to Spartanburg, South Carolina, for 200 years. So,
Yeah, that's the thing. We came last year and we're here again now.
So we just had a great history lesson about the Fountain of Youth. We've got all the history on it, which was great. The lady was really helpful. Basically, she was telling us the history that he was never looking for the Fountain of Youth. It was a twist in history. So now we're just walking to the final calendar show. We were in the Fountain of Youth for ages. But basically, she was telling us that, what's his name?
Pont de Leon.
Basically, the guy that I'm gonna have to Google it because it's gonna bug me.
Pont de Leon.
Pont de Leon didn't actually find. Oh my god, I don't know what to do.
I was wondering why you were coming this way.
What do I do? Anyway, I went through the peacocks. Pont de Leon was basically, he came over and he wanted to look for gold and
gold,
silver, but he'll never find that in Florida or America because that's not what they have. They never had that over here. It's more in the places like Morocco, Indian sort of islands and that sort of stuff. And he came over and he found a bunch of Indians who are really friendly, and they saved his life when him and his team needed water. They were out in the sea looking for new lands because he lost his lands in Puerto Rico, so he decided he'd find new lands. And when he came here, obviously the friendly Indians saved him. He went back and didn't even colonise over here, but he sort of claimed it as his. Carried on his searches around the Gulf for gold. Unfortunately, he ran across some not so friendly Indians who shot him in the leg, and then he died because they couldn't save him.
So some could say he used to be an adventurer until he took an arrow to the knee.
Yeah, yes, he took an arrow to the knee. And so then another person decided to write his history, but didn't believe that Indians could live so much longer than Europeans, because they were living up to 70 and everyone else was in the that he knew was only living to 30. He then turned that the Indians must be using magic, so he must be magic water, so he was always in the look for the Fountain of Youth, not money. But he wasn't, he was actually searching for money and gold. So that's the history. That's today's facts, and you're getting all these beautiful views and you're getting history, so you want to subscribe. This is what you come here for. Obviously I'm not giving you the full history that she gave us because we couldn't remember 20 minutes of talking. Yeah, and she must have spoke for about 40 minutes, and the information then was starting to get mixed into each other. But yeah, and she also recommended a place called Beaches over the other side of the island.
And she's the second person.
And she's the second person today that's recommended Beaches.
So, possible dinner option.
But there's many fish there, and I can't eat fish, so.
Okay, you can get salad.
We're now just walking along a bridge. I wonder if there's any gators in there, although it's seawater. No, because seawater, so I don't know if that's how it works. It's lovely out here.
It's highly possible there are some gators in there.
We must have walked quite a distance because the lighthouse is all the way over there. And we were in line with it first. So I just jumped on the water and I nearly died.
I believe that may have been a fish, not an alligator.
I thought it was an alligator. That was that moment where I was like, no, not today.
Is that a plane in the water?
It looks like a plane in the water, but that's what I was just thinking. But I didn't want to say anything and make myself look silly if it's not a plane.
As I've done it for you.
But as you've done it for me. It could be like a... I can't...
I will get my camera out and zoom in on it.
Well, I was going to zoom in on this to see if it could pick it up, because our eyesight can't, but the camera might be able to. Definitely looks like a plane.
It could also be an oil rig.
It could be an oil rig. We are in America. But I wouldn't have thought they'd have put an oil rig.
Look at the sea.
Yeah, that close to that, I suppose.
It's not that close to that, is it?
There is black smoke coming out the top of it. It could be a plane. Imagine, it's a plane. I don't know if this is focusing on it. I can't go any further. It looks like a plane though. In today's episode of What is in the Water.
How close does yours go?
Mine's I guess 4.2. Oh, it's a boat fishing.
Is it?
It's a fishing boat, yes.
Are you sure?
Which makes sense, yeah, because they're the lines that are coming out for the fish.
Oh yeah.
Because they fish local fish here, obviously.
Probably where they get the beaches ones from.
That was terrible. They fish local fish. There's a big cross here. St Augustine's lovely, and do you know what's lovely about St Augustine? It's the people. The people that live here and the local here are really friendly.
They remind me of the Greek people.
They remind me so much of people from Greece. Like anyone from Rhodes is Rhodes people are the friendliest people we've ever met in the world. There's nothing like it. They always call you their friend. My friend. And they always treat you nicely. And they give you freebies and oh, I love Greece.
Well, when we were in Rhodes, we went and had a small lunch that we shared. They brought us out a little
and it was like €7.
Free. They brought us out a dessert each for free. They brought us some little side appetizers like bread. There'll be another vlog of Greece next year. There will be another vlog of Greece next year because that's where we're going for our honeymoon. Yeah, we've been told we can get a really nice view from the top of this tower, so we're going to watch the cannon be fired. And to be fair, we've got 15 minutes of the cannon.
So we're now going to climb a tower.
Watchtower opens after cannon.
Ah, see.
So they shut it at 10 to.
Well, what if, yeah, maybe if the maybe the cannon could potentially hit the watchtower.
I'm going to super slow-mo the cannon.
Climby, climby, climby. Climby, climby, climby. Oh look, there's a really cute ferry going out there. I wonder if you could get a ferry over to the other side. Sam, I wonder if you could get a ferry to the other side. Instead of I wonder if you could get a ferry instead of driving to the other side.
You know what, from up here you can see much easier that in the fishing boat.
Yeah, I told you it was a fishing boat. I'm a fishing boat expert. There is the lighthouse. There's a really good view up here.
There's a ferry.
There, over there is where everyone's recommending food. Oh no, I lie. Over here, where everyone's recommended to go for food. Over here is the lighthouse.
That's where that bridge was we were at earlier, so we've walked miles.
Yeah, that's where we've walked from, all the way down there. As you can tell, we love walking. We love and explore. That's what we live for. So we're now just sat waiting for the cannon to be done.
I'll turn over to my partner and he'll be talking to you about that cannon and we'll get that thing fired out for you. So the crossbow, which I always thought was an English medieval weapon, come to find out that the Chinese invented it 6th century BC. Across Asia, Greece, Rome, and eventually the rest of the European countries. Made out of bone, animal horn, even brass. That's what locks the string back in place. And it's released when you pull from the trigger. The war bows, some of them had such a heavy draw weight, in order to pull the string back, you'd actually clamp on a lever or a cranking system. Well, with this target bow, I'm going to use the stirrup, and just like with a horse's saddle, you put your foot in it. Lean over, grab the string, pull it up, lock it in place. Turn it around like this all day long, won't hurt anything. All right, the projectile for this is called a bolt or quero. It is shorter than your typical arrow. Where's my favorite one at? My favorite one. I got one and named it Philip. Here it is. Philip. All right, this is a bolter Quero. It's only fletched on 2 sides. Allows it to lay flat in the cross. All right, they would come with various tips, as you can see on this placard. A couple of bigger ones are for hunting. Smaller ones are for warfare that can penetrate armor. And then you got my personal favorite. You light it on fire and you shoot over and burn down a building. That's kind of how yours shoots. All right, I don't have to worry about the sun in my eyes. So I'll go ahead, point. Not too bad. Not too bad. I'm aiming about 2 feet below the center. In case you're wondering, down in the white part. If I aim at the center, it'd probably go in the water. Then he makes me go out there during low tide. There we go. You guys get the point, right?
Yeah.
Thank you for laughing. I appreciate it.
Whole area in through here with them. Not only is the field behind you the site of the first settlement here in St Augustine, but this is also the site of the first fort that was built here. Now, that type of cannon was considered to be obsolete by the case. The 5-man crew could run these things through quickly, reloading them, and you can get off a fast rate of fire. In the beginning, you can get off 1 shot every 20 seconds. It's pretty fast. But the problem was all the gas leakage where the servitor went into the breech end of the cannon. It was not very gas tight, so they were weak. That's what made them obsolete. They were always restricted to small cannonballs. The 6-pound iron shot is about as big as they came in these bombardettas. That's about it. It's not going to blow up. They didn't have exploding cannonballs in these days. They don't come on to the 1700s. It's not very impressive, that's for sure. But if you put a full load of gunpowder in the servitor, those cannons had a maximum range of just about a mile, just slightly under. Now, I like to use the Bridge of Lions as a reference because it's 9/10 of a mile from here. That gives you a pretty good idea of their maximum range. So we're not going to do that. We're going to cut back. After we fire the cannon, I'll tell you how much gunpowder it is that we used. I think you're going to be surprised. The other thing is we're not really firing a cannonball out of a cannon. I know that sounds disappointing to many of you, but the cannon's aimed at the pier over there where there's a restaurant. This is happy hour, and I don't think that's a good idea. So we're not going to do that. Now, it's not so loud that it will damage your hearing, but we do recommend that the small ones should cover their ears. Anybody with sensitive hearing should do the same. So if everybody's ready, we're going to fire away. Okay, here we go. Para España! Fuego! It's called a matchlock arquebus, but the Spanish called these escopetas, which means shotguns, and that's exactly how they work. They're all smoothbore, and I can fire a single lead round ball like a lead marble, or various sizes of smaller shot. Into the pan. Close the pan lid. Now shake, blow off, and wipe down that pan lid to make sure there's no powder left up there. Now the gun goes to rest, and I pick up the charging flask. This is the powder that fires the bullet, and it's a lot coarser than that, which I just used to prime. I open the flask upside down and allow the spout to fill. The spout is a built-in powder measure that holds just the right amount of powder for 1 shot. Close the flask and empty the spout down the barrel. Now, I'm not going to shoot any bullets in the park today. Management would get really upset with me if I did, but I am going to put some wadding in the barrel to compress the powder. The Spanish found this stuff growing from the branches of trees all over the south. Powder. Blow on the match to make it burn hot. Place it here in the jaws of the serpentine. Place it to make sure it's going to hit the right spot. Now cover your ears. Private La Mecha. Should I shoot that thing? Look up in the tree, you can see it. There's a little bird pestering the big bird. Preparen! Apunten! Disparen!
So we just watched the cannon and the gunfire shows. Well, not shows, but you know what I mean, demonstrations. It's really nice to sort of get some history.
It's nice to see different things because America's so big.
Yeah, it's so nice,
You
and,
can go 2 hours
and it's
up the
also
road.
nice to see other people's history. We enjoyed seeing like the history of Greece and stuff like that, and like the volcanoes and stuff in Spain. Sam's just clearly not got this.
Well, it's heavier than it looked.
You wouldn't make a very good old timey, would you?
No.
Okay, I can't do that.
I'm actually surprised you managed that one. All 3 barrels are the same weight, it's just a different pulley system.
Ah. They're all £60. So you'd be silly to use that method over this method then? Because why would that method be any better?
Well, it just uses more pulleys and more rope. So I suppose one way is cheaper than the other way.
Oh
but
yeah.
Depends what you're lifting, I suppose.
So we're going to finish in. Well, we're not going to be able to finish here because we're running out of time.
Yeah, they close in.
They close in a
They
couple of
close in
minutes.
about 40 minutes. But
It looks like the blacksmith's gone home for the day.
still nice. You just have a wander.
It's just
through.
nice to wander, and then once we're finished here, we then got to walk all the way back over there.
They said that bridge is about a mile.
And we've walked over
So-
a mile.
We must have walked past the car at some point.
We have, because we've been back and forth. Also, don't drink the water from the Fountain of Youth. Just a heads up.
You can drink the water. It just tastes a bit minging.
It basically tastes like
All
Disney.
depends
It
if
tastes
you-
like Disney water. If you go to the fountains in this is the myth we have. Disney. If you go to the quick service locations, ask for a glass of water. The water tastes nice. You get it from the fountains, and it tastes just like the Fountain of Youth. I generally don't get it. Apparently, it's the best water in the world, but I don't believe it. I thought our water was
Water is delicious. I drink.
I quite like
drink
it.
that water all the
I
way.
quite like our water. We've got hard water in our
I'll
area
tell you
though.
where it does have nice water, and that's Wales.
Wales, yeah.
When I
Wales
went
has
down
nice
there for
water.
work, it was
And we prep it. Oh, no admittance. This is private land, babe.
fair enough.
This
We'll
way.
go further.
We're about to walk on someone's property. Yeah. I think maybe they say it's the nicest water just because it's their water.
I mean, it might be because it's the Fountain of Youth, and they're trying to promote that it's
Yeah.
delicious water.
I think maybe it has a lot of minerals in it just because it doesn't taste
Probably
nice.
does have a lot of minerals. That's probably what you can taste, to be fair.
It's the minerals. We don't like minerals.
And if they are actually blueberries, and if I can eat. Yeah, I'm dying.
Blacksmith demos. This is where the blacksmith did his demonstrations then. It's like an original blacksmith setup.
It's a very modern looking anvil.
There is an owl totem. I believe this will be from the native tribes.
Replica of a totem.
Yeah.
So obviously the original one is in a museum or something, I would have thought.
Apparently this is from the Mayaka tribe. Peacock. So we just had another history lesson on the original settlement of Indians, and they actually lived here. They were called Timucuans, and they lived here, and the whole family would live here.
So that
And
everyone
this
was asleep.
circular shaped building can withstand hurricanes up to category 2, which is amazing when you think about how strong a category 2 hurricane is. And the whole family would sleep in the huts. They would have their own little pantries, their own living areas, like playrooms, and they'd all cook communally. And this area here would have actually been full forests, and Indians would have been here. And these were the friendly ones that helped, which helped the Spanish out in their hour of need.
Peacock wants to walk with us.
Yeah, I know, I'm walking very, very quickly away from this. This place, I definitely recommend coming because we're getting so much like real history, and everyone here is really knowledgeable when you ask them a question. Like, and they're happy to give us the full information as well. Like, they're not just, you know, they're not just telling us one fact. Yeah, they're giving us a full rundown from the beginning.
I'm quite excited that there's visitors coming to see this sort of thing.
Yeah, they're very excited to see people.
It doesn't seem like it's just a job to them.
They're very passionate about what they do. We're in the gift shop on the way out. Oh yeah, pins. Oh, should we get one?
What?
Souvenir patches. Oh look, there's actually a St Augustine pin in here.
Is it? Can we get both? Or? It'd be a good one, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we'll get that one.
Can we get both?
Yeah, because we've done that and we've also been to St Augustine.
And they're only $3-4.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they're not Disney price.
They're not Disney pins.
There are bottles here, the disgusting water if you so wish to ever drink it again. So we're just leaving, well, we're not left St Augustine yet. We're just walking back to the car. We've had a lovely time in St Augustine. Definitely want to come back here in the future. Time to sort of lizard. Definitely need to come back here in the future. It's so much
more
fun.
we've got done.
Yeah, we've only just like literally scratched the tip. It's mad. Like, I thought it was just like 2 streets. Like when you look on Google, you don't get, there's not much information, like really. And I've only ever seen a couple of vlogs, so yeah, amazing place. Definitely worth a visit. If you've got
there's 2 other islands we didn't even do.
Yeah, there's 2 islands we've not even got to yet. I actually think it's worth staying up here for a couple of nights if you haven't got a car, because going back and forth would become quite hard, because it's about 3 hours in normal traffic, 2 hours if you're going in the middle of the night.
I think it took us 2.5. So
it took us 2.5 hours to get here.
And that was with a detour because of a road closed.
Yeah, we had to detour because the road closed, and then obviously we stopped for a Cracker Barrel. So yeah, but definitely make time to come here. If you've got a car, it'd be easier. Obviously, if you haven't got a car, have a look with your travel provider. I know Thomas Cook used to, but obviously Thomas Cook doesn't exist anymore. But you can get excursion day trips. So have a check with whoever your travel provider is. There might be day trips available.
I think if you can, come up for a night, stay for a minimum of 1 night.
You could actually do a whole week here, because you could then go over to do the lighthouses. There's plenty of beaches. People have been telling us
natural springs around
natural springs you can visit. So yeah, there's plenty to do around here. This will be me in 10 years time with my pull-on trailer thing. I'd love a Winnebago. That's what I need in my life. But yeah, we're nearly back at the welcome centre now. So
it's a good place to park. $15 for the day.
Yeah, $15 for all day.
It's a multi-story, so it's all shaded.
Yeah, it's all shaded. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to head back to the car and then head back to Orlando. I really don't want to leave here. It's been a really good day. So we'll see you probably in the car. So we've just, we're halfway back home. The sun's now gone down. We've just been to Publix. I picked up the dill flavoured, you can't see them. Just take my word for it. Let me put my phone on it. Picked up the dill pickle Lays. They taste just like the pickles.
Use the left lane to turn left onto 18 Thomas Jr.
I've just been butting him. The sat-nav just butting him. They taste amazing. They just taste like McDonald's pickles. Sam picked up a different flavour, Relentless, that we can't normally get. Picked up a new different flavour of Mountain Dew. Picked up our Jellos that we can't get. Definitely go Publix over Target and Walmart for food, because we couldn't find squirty cheese.
The most American of items.
Yeah, squirty cheese in any of the others in Orlando, and we found squirty cheese in Publix. A lot more baking stuff in there, cakes, delis. If you're looking for stuff for your villa or your condo or whatever the hell you have, definitely do a Publix over Target and Walmart for food. Maybe for other stuff, Target and Walmart, but for food, definitely Publix. So we'll leave that here tonight and we'll see you in the morning.